Voyager 1 was supposed to be alone. That was the whole point. It had crossed the planets, escaped the solar wind, and entered interstellar space, where the sun becomes just another star behind it. But then, in the emptiest region humanity has ever touched, a strange signal appeared, and it seemed to come from the direction Voyager had already left behind. That should not be possible, because behind Voyager is not the future. Behind Voyager is everything it escaped. So why did the darkness behind it suddenly answer? The reason this is so unsettling is simple. Voyager 1 is our first witness outside the sun's protective bubble. It is not exploring another planet anymore. It is sampling the space between stars, a place no human-made object had ever reached before it. Every strange reading matters because there is no map for this region, no nearby spacecraft to compare it with, no telescope that can stand beside it and confirm what it felt. So if Voyager detects something unexpected from behind its path, NASA has to separate three possibilities: a dying machine, a hidden feature of interstellar space, or a signal we are not ready to understand. Voyager 1 was never meant to become a ghost. It was built for planets, Jupiter, Saturn, moons, rings, magnetic fields, and clouds bigger than Earth. That was the mission. A machine launched in 1977, carrying instruments from another era, crossing the solar system before smartphones, before the internet, before most of the people watching this video were even born. And somehow, it is still talking. Not loudly, not clearly, not like a spacecraft close to Earth. Voyager 1 speaks in a whisper so faint that by the time it reaches us, it is almost nothing, a tiny radio signal stretched across billions of miles of darkness. And that is the first thing that makes this mystery so dangerous. Because when Voyager sends something strange back, NASA cannot simply ask it again. They have to wait. A command goes out from Earth, and it travels through space for almost a full day. Then, if Voyager receives it, understands it, and responds correctly, the answer takes almost another full day to come home. So every question takes nearly 2 days. Every mistake costs time. And Voyager does not have much time left. Its power is fading year by year. Its systems are old. Some instruments are already off. Its cameras went dark decades ago to save energy. Voyager cannot look around anymore. It can only feel magnetic fields, particles, plasma waves, and the invisible weather of interstellar space. And that is where the strange part begins. Because outside the sun's protective bubble, Voyager is not flying through empty nothing. That is the mistake most people make. They imagine interstellar space as silence, blackness, a perfect void. But it is not empty. It has dust. It has charged particles. It has magnetic fields twisting through the dark. It has waves moving through plasma so thin that it would seem like nothing to us. But to Voyager's instruments, it is still a landscape no human eyes have ever seen. And Voyager 1 is our only witness there. Then came the anomaly. At first, it did not look like a message. That is important. NASA did not receive a voice saying hello. There was no alien code flashing across a screen. There was no perfect mathematical pattern spelling out our name. It was more unsettling than that. It was a disturbance, a pattern buried inside the kind of data Voyager was built to notice. Something that did not fit cleanly with what engineers expected from a spacecraft moving away from the solar system. And when the direction was reconstructed, the uncomfortable possibility appeared. It looked as if the disturbance was not ahead of Voyager, not in the direction it was traveling, but behind it, behind Voyager, behind the spacecraft that had already escaped the planets, behind the machine moving deeper into interstellar space. Behind it was the sun, the heliosphere, and the long trail of space it had already crossed. And suddenly, the mystery changed. Because a signal from ahead could mean Voyager was encountering something new. But a signal from behind means something different. It means something may be catching up. Or something from the solar system is still reaching farther than scientists thought. Or Voyager itself is creating a false echo, a ghost inside its own aging electronics. 3 possibilities. One terrifying question. Is the signal coming from space or from Voyager's dying body? That is the first problem NASA would have to solve. Because when a spacecraft is nearly half a century old, the most mysterious thing in the universe might not be aliens. It might be a broken component refusing to die. Voyager has already proven that. In late 2023, the spacecraft began sending back unreadable data. It was alive, but the information made no sense. NASA later worked through the problem and restored usable engineering and science data in 2024. That real incident showed how fragile the mission has become, and how a single fault inside the spacecraft can make Voyager sound like it is speaking from another world. But then comes the part nobody can ignore. If it was only a glitch, the pattern should behave like a glitch. It should repeat with the spacecraft systems. It should match a known failure. It should appear when certain components switch on or vanish when engineers change the operating mode.